Greetings, guys, and welcome to the Hardcore Punk Project here on the X 92.5 FM in Kamloops. Today, I have a special guest. This time, we have Toronto-based funk, rock, and garage soul band Bad Breed. Their new album will be released soon, called The Bad Breed in Ferocious Love. It is their second studio album, and it will be coming out on July 17th, 2020, and I had a sneak listen to it. Band members are Mike, Malin, Mark, Catherine, and Oscar and Bria. Right now we have Mike. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you today?
I'm great.
Awesome. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Okay, my first question is, are you okay with being interviewed by a teen?
I am, of course. Yeah. I think it's really cool that that you get to do a show and that you're so interested in music and stuff. I love it.
Yep. Any interview is a good interview.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I just think it's cool. Yeah. Why? Do you have some people who aren't cool with being interviewed by a teen?
Nope, everyone said it.
Okay, good. So, yes, I love it. I think it's amazing.
All right. I usually ask you who you would like to collaborate with, but I think you have already answered that someone. While listening to your music, there are pieces of jazz, punk, soul, and a few other genres I can hear. So, infusion is my take on the band, correct?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. I think we definitely use elements of a whole bunch of different stuff that we all love because we're all from different musical backgrounds. So we kind of bring what we all are interested in and make what we do.
All right. When I listen to your song, War with Myself, I visualize a detective sitting in a smoke-filled bar or pool hall. Can you fill us in about that song?
Well, first of all, that's an awesome image that you have. Yeah, it's really it's a song about how, to be honest, it's about like mental illness, right? It's like that when you're having trouble with yourself, it's like depression, right? So, you're not mad at anybody else. You're having a difficult time with yourself. So it's, you're at war with yourself, right? But the end of the song, as we move on, throughout the song, the end is, now I'm rhythm bound. And that's just a reference to kind of, for me, being able to use music to help myself with some of that struggle. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, that's what I do too.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, there you go. So you get it.
Have you supported any charities?
Yes. Yeah. Do you mean just recently or ever?
Ever.
Yes, yeah. We did a single, like the band itself did a 7-inch single that we did as a split with a band from Detroit called Mule. And that was all proceeds for that went to CAMH, which is Center for Addiction and Mental Health in Toronto. And then right now, with the record that we have coming out, we're doing 100 copies on vinyl, and all proceeds go to essentially what we're doing is we're not selling it. We are giving it to anybody who makes a $25 charitable donation to anything that they feel is important during this COVID-19 and all the rebellion going on in the world. So we're suggesting Black Lives Matter, but it's really up to the individual.
All right. I support the JSE Charity Project over Twitter.
Okay, cool. What's that?
They're a group of people who they get together every month and they donate stuff to a YouTuber. I forget what his name is.
Okay.
But the proceeds go to charity.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I actually think it's really important to give back. So that's cool that you're into that. And sorry, are you 12?
13.
You're 13. All right. Well, yeah. That's awesome. That's cool that you're conscious about stuff like that.
Yeah. We have all got them. Your worst fear or phobia? This question took a long time to think up.
What is my worst fear or phobia?
Yes.
My worst fear, in all honesty, is getting really, to be completely honest with you, is to get into a really bad depression and not be able to come out of it. Do you know what I mean? Because in my
Yes.
past, I've had times where I had a lot of struggle with that, and and luckily for the last couple of years, through a lot of things like music and this project, my life changed a lot. So that would be it. Would be just having would be not being able to get out of something like that.
All right. My worst fear or phobia, well, it's not my worst, but it's my second worst, is trypophobia.
What is trypophobia?
When I see clusters of tiny holes, it makes me sick.
Oh, really? Of clusters of tiny holes?
Yeah, the trypophobia is the fear of holes.
Wow. Okay, I've never heard of that before. That sounds like it would be hard. Do you see a lot of holes often?
Yeah, it makes me sick sometimes. It's
All
nothing I
right.
can't handle, though.
Okay, cool, man. Well, that's that's good that you're able to handle it.
In the real world, sounds like Sly and the Family Stone influence.
That's a good. You know what? I think we are all on board with that. Like I said, we're all different musically, but there are a few artists that we all love, and I think Sly and the Family Stone would be one of them for sure. Yeah, because that what a great band, you know. And they were like, you know, they were multiracial. They had men, they had women, they were all kinds of stuff, and you know, and we're like that as well. And yeah, like what an amazing band. Yeah.
All right. Can you tell us a bit about the lyrics?
Sure. That one actually came directly from a real conversation. I had been um, slowly, you know, talking to somebody who lived in a different country, and we were falling in love with each other. And before we kind of told each other that that's what was happening, I said to her, sent a text that said, "If I see you in the real world, would you hold my hand?" And she said yes, and that's how that relationship started to progress. So that whole song came from the idea of an actual conversation that happened.
All right, so long distance relationship.
Yeah. Yes, the person. Yeah, I'm with somebody who lives in New Zealand right now.
All right, that works.
Yeah.
Animal impact. It has a gospel style sound to it. Can you fill us in?
Yeah, for sure. That one is like, yeah, that is a collaboration between myself and Mei Lin, who's our bass player and also one of our vocalists. We've got 4 vocalists in the band. And that one's just that one has like, yeah, it definitely has a funk feel for the bass line, funky drums. And that one's just, yeah, it's really about like kind of like attraction. It's like animal impact. It's that kind of like when you're falling in love with somebody, that's part of the, you know, what is part of the attraction. So we wrote that song like that, and it's kind of got a crazy ending where we did all kinds of stuff with different instrumentation and things. So yeah.
All right. How did you all meet? Like,
Um, just how
how,
did we meet in general?
yeah, how did you guys meet in general?
Well, I met our guitar player, Oscar. He was a teenager playing in like punk rock bands. And I was I was a few years older in a band. And so he used to open up for me. So when I wanted to start a new project, I remembered what a great guitar player he was. So I found his number and got in touch with him. Um, he and I then played in a blues group together. I played drums and he played guitar. And one of our piano players ended up being Mark. And Mark plays drums for us live. I play it on the record. He plays live, and he plays like vibes. He brings a lot of the jazz influence with him because he's mainly a jazz player. Mei Lin moved here from Cuba in the early 2000s, and she and I were in a short-lived project together. And again, when I decided to start this project up again, I'd had a little bit of a break. So I contacted her after not really spending time with her for about a decade, and we just reconnected. Catherine, I know through through a mutual friend, and I knew she was a great singer. So yeah, and I at the beginning I wasn't even thinking that we would turn it into a band. I just wanted people to help me write some songs together. Like I said, I just needed some help. It was like therapeutic. And then I realized I had this great group of people who were so talented, and we kind of we put us all together, and that's where we're at now.
All right. How long have you been playing as a band?
Well, we started in 2014, and it was a different lineup. The only people who were the same was myself and Oscar, the guitar player. And so we put out our first record, Violent World of Bad Breed, and that's a lot more kind of like punk rock and maybe some R&B, 60s R&B. And then I had to take a break for a few years because I was just having a lot of trouble, just mental health wise. And so in 2018, I wanted to start the project up again. Some people weren't available. Oscar was. And like I said, then I kind of started reaching out to different people that I'd known. And we made this really cool new lineup.
All right. Monica, the theme I'm getting is internet love.
Yes, that's great. Because Amanaka, right? So my current, like my wife who lives in New Zealand, her name is Amanda. And we were visiting in Hawaii because it was kind of halfway between Canada and New Zealand. And I saw a keychain that had, her name Amanda, but on the back it had her Hawaiian name, which is Amanaka. So I decided to use that title as the title for an instrumental. And that one was Amanaka was written by myself and Oscar, who's the guitar player. It has a lot of kind of blues feel to it. And yeah, exactly. But yeah, internet love, sure. Yeah, that was happening at the time. Yeah.
All right. Looks like someone else has joined.
Oh, awesome.
Hi. Sorry I'm late.
This is
Okay.
Bria. Okay, wait, let's
Hi.
get everybody. Bria, hi Bria.
Hello.
And this is Ben. So
Hi,
Ben.
Bria is our one of our vocalists, and she is also our keyboard player.
All right.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm good. You?
Not too bad, just relaxing, cleaning the house. So good. Yeah.
All right. So to both of you, what's the funniest sitcom you've ever watched? Because I've been addicted recently.
Well, hold on. What's the funniest one you've watched, Ben? Like, what you're addicted to? What?
The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh.
That's a blast.
I've never
from the
seen
past.
that.
Yeah. Well,
The
okay,
whole
Bria,
thing
go
is
ahead.
on Netflix.
What's that from Netflix?
I'll have to sit down and watch it sometime. I mean,
Yeah.
I do love Will Smith, so funniest sitcom. I mean, I'm a sucker for The Office. I don't know, does that count as a sitcom?
Yeah, The Office totally counts as a sitcom.
Right. Yeah.
Have you watched that, Ben?
No, not yet.
All right. Well,
Oh
one day
my
you'll get there.
gosh. Yes, it's worth it.
My favorite, the
I
funniest
watch Gordon
sitcom.
Ramsay more.
Oh, Gordon Ramsay, the cook,
Gordon Ramsay.
Yes, the chef.
the chef. Yes, I don't think I've watched him before, but the funniest sitcom I've watched is Arrested Development. That was the one that I laughed the most at and watched.
Oh.
Heard of it.
Who's in that one? It's got what's his name? Oh,
It's like Mike's Frozen.
so Mike's Frozen? Yeah, I haven't seen any of that one either, so.
Yep. Guess we'll have to move on. Have you been binge watching any series?
Have you seen there's a new series or not a new series, it's a Netflix series. It's called Dark. It's set in Germany, and we lost Mike. It's set
I think he crashed.
I hope not, but maybe. So it's set in Germany, and it's all about like time travel and stuff like that. It's probably one of my favorite shows on Netflix, and it just, every time you think that it can't like up the ante, it does. So I'm really like the third season just came out on Saturday, so I'm really excited to watch that. Yeah. What have you been binging?
Let me think. I used to binge watch Hell's Kitchen a lot.
Oh yeah. Is
I
it
don't know.
because you like to, like, are you interested in cooking, or are you just like interested in Gordon Ramsay and his mayhem?
Probably a bit of both. I am an amateur.
Okay.
I'm an amateur cook, and
Oh,
it's
cool.
fun.
Okay.
And it's just fun to see all the memes that came out of it.
Oh my gosh, so many good memes. Oh my gosh, it's the best. So what do you like to cook? Like, what is your kind of, like, I'm not a very good cook.
I tried to make Parmesan risotto once, and it actually worked.
Oh yeah? How do you make it? Like, what goes into Parmesan risotto?
Rice,
Mm-hmm.
Parmesan, shallots,
Okay.
and white wine. Lots of white wine.
Okay, all right.
Gotta make sure to cook it off, though. You don't want to get drunk eating risotto.
That would be really interesting. Drunk eating rice, you know. It would make for an interesting dinner party.
Yeah. The song As Promised, with the range of... Never mind, Malin isn't here. Favorite genre you've listened to?
Favorite genre? Well, because I'm a pianist, I'm really into like musical scores for movies and stuff like that. So like I really enjoy modern day classical music and things along those lines, but I'm also a sucker for like old school rock because I grew up with my my stepdad and my dad playing those kinds of tunes in the backseat and whatnot.
All right, welcome back, Mike.
Sorry, guys,
Hi,
my
Mike.
phone overheated. My phone literally overheated and shut down. So I had to put it on my air conditioning. So thank you for being patient, guys.
No.
All right,
Okay.
now the question I was going to ask. The song As Promised, Mike, you think with the range of Malin's vocals, have you ever thought of a female-fronted metal band, or maybe doing an opera-inspired metal song, like Alyssa White Gloz's cover of Swan Lake?
That sounds like an incredibly ambitious idea. That one on As Promised, that one's Catherine singing. But funny that you should mention that. Maylin actually is trained and can sing opera. So I have never thought that before, but that would be amazing. That sounds really cool. Yeah, we're just so lucky we just have people with such great vocal range like Bria, Maylin, and Catherine.
Yeah, Alyssa White Gloz, she's a death metal singer. She plays for the band Arch Enemy.
Oh, awesome.
And
so they did Swan Lake, is what you're saying?
Yeah, she did Swan Lake. She's pretty
Wow,
good at it too.
Okay. All right, well that's pretty awesome. I will check that out, man.
And the song "That's What I Say," I hear a lot of D chords coincidentally.
Are there a lot of D chords in that? Because that one, I have to say, man, I don't actually play a guitar or a keyboard, so I'm a drummer, right? So I don't know. I'm not very good with the chords. Bria, are there a lot of D chords in that?
That's what I say. See, I'm so bad at the names of our songs because I just go by like what they sound. Like we'd have to sing a little bit of it.
It's the one where you sing, yeah, 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 that's what I'd say. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyways, I don't know. Maybe there are a bunch of D chords in there, man.
I think a lot of our songs have quite a bit of D chords when I think about it. Like whenever I'm playing the piano, there are, because I don't know, I'm stuck in minor key. D, that's a really satisfying sound for me. And it's a really interesting question. I've never been asked that before.
All right. Your favorite soft drink.
Bria, go ahead.
My favorite soft drink. Sprite. I don't want any of that 7-Up stuff either. I want Sprite, you know?
First of all, I love 7-Up. And second of all, Diet Pepsi, man. Diet Pepsi is the best for me. What about you? What do you like, Ben? I don't know. It's just because it's so tasty and refreshing. And I don't like the syrupy part of the sugar. Ben, what do you like?
I drink anything that tastes good.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good
but
answer.
Does anything taste better than anything else to you?
Or Crush. A lot of Crush, especially orange flavored Crush.
Right on, man. Yeah.
And Bria, 7-Up and Sprite are practically the same thing.
Yeah,
They're
Bria.
not the same thing though. There's like more sugar in Sprite, and I just like for the sugar and like, oh no, 7-Up is just, I don't want that. I don't. I want my Sprite.
Mostly, I've been drinking a lot of Coke recently.
Yeah, I find that too heavy, man. Like, I honestly find the amount of sugar in regular Coke for me. But when I was your age, yeah, I would never have drank a Diet Pop when I was like 13 years old. I don't even know if there was diet drinks when I was 13. So yeah. Anyways, I hear you.
Yeah. Me, when I play instruments, I am a drummer over here.
Oh, wicked. So you've got an electronic
Nice.
drum kit.
Yeah, I use electronic drums because they're smaller and easier to play.
Yeah.
I'm also a bass player. These are my 3 basses over here.
Wow.
You've got a nice
That looks
collection.
cool. Yeah, you really do. So is this
And
like your music room
Yeah.
then?
Yes, this is my music room. And over here, more guitars.
Wow. Wow. So a couple of those, you've got those, what are those ones with the tilted headstocks? Those look like super metal guitars. Is that a Flying V? Okay.
Yeah,
gotcha,
they're Jackson. Yeah. They're Jackson V's. Can't actually
Wicked.
How
afford
long
a
have
Gibson.
you?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, how long have you been playing for? Like, which one did you start with?
Drums. At age 5.
Wow, you started drums at 5?
Yep.
That's awesome. So can you play like, yeah, I know you're into a lot of metal. Can you play like speed metal and stuff like that? Like, can you play double bass?
Yeah, there's
Wicked. Oh yeah, I see it. That's cool, man.
Yep, double bass stuff like
Nice.
Stuff like early Pantera.
Yep. That's great.
Are
He's
drums
a great
still
drummer,
your
man.
favorite?
Sorry, what was that?
Bria?
I didn't hear you, Bria.
Bria asked if drums are still your favorite.
Yeah, drums are my favorite
Wi-Fi
because drums are my favorite because they're more fun to play than guitar and they're easier to play than guitar. That's my opinion.
I hear you. Yeah. Well, I mean, they're easier for me because, like I said, I mean, I've written some songs on guitar, but just so like I have to immediately just hand them over to somebody who really plays, you know? So drums are my instrument for sure.
Right. I played guitar with Broken Love once.
Is that a metal band?
No, they're a what's the kind of genre I'm looking for?
I don't know.
They're a progressive rock band.
Oh, okay. And they're from, and so sorry, what city are you in right now? Like I know you're on the West Coast.
I'm in Kamloops.
You're in Kamloops. Okay, cool.
And Broken Love is also Canadian. I think they're from Ontario.
Oh, okay, cool.
And they have a hit song called Shot Down.
Wow. All right, right on. So you played with them on stage, like while they were out there?
Yeah, doing a sound check while they were at the Blue Grotto here.
Nice. That must have been
I had
exciting.
permission from the owner to get into the Blue Grotto.
Yep. Yeah, I'm assuming that's what is it, 19 and over?
It's a bar.
Yeah, it's a bar. So you had permission? Well, that sounds like a pretty cool day.
Yeah. Hockey or football? This is a hard question.
I'll let Bria take that. I know my answer.
Hockey. The only things I've learned about football are from a TV show. So I don't, definitely hockey, 100%.
All right.
I have never watched a full game of either, so I'll go with the king of sports, which is pro wrestling. Sorry, buddy. I'm not a sports guy.
My dad's addicted to wrestling right now.
To pro wrestling? Yeah. What does he watch? Does he watch WWE?
He watches UFC.
Oh, he watches UFC. Okay, so that's its own.
Sometimes he watches WWE when he feels like it.
Okay, cool. Well, there's options out there, but what about
UFC is like real fighting, isn't it? UFC is real, and then WWE is like
orchestrated.
Yes, both of those.
Yeah. Okay. That's the answer. Yeah.
I'm a West Coast Canadian, so all I care about is hockey.
Woo!
All right, there you go.
Yes.
Do you
That was the
play as
proper
well,
answer.
Ben?
No, I don't play hockey, but I watch a lot of
Alright.
hockey when I can.
Who's your
Alright,
favorite
gotcha,
team?
The Blazers.
Who are the Blazers?
They're our hockey team.
Are they?
Like the Kamloops Blazers?
Yeah,
Okay,
Alright,
all
there you go.
right.
the Blazers are our hockey team, and they
Wha-
played in the Sandman Center before it was taken down.
Okay, yeah. I think, like, who's your favorite national team?
I don't watch national hockey.
Okay, yeah.
Well, that's
Prefer
easy,
local
then.
hockey?
Yeah,
That's cool. Do you go to the games? Like, do you actually go and check out the games?
I have on several occasions.
Hmm.
Nice.
Do you
Also
prefer
been-
that to watching it on TV?
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
And also,
Yeah.
I've been very lucky enough to see some really popular bands play at the Sandman Center. In particular, rock legends Foreigner. I'm sure you've heard of them.
I have. Cold as
Oh,
ice.
I
Yeah,
got to see
Yeah.
Foreigner play at the Sandman Center.
nice. That's awesome. So was that? Go ahead. Yeah.
And then, of course, got to see something heavier. The Offspring, Sum 41, Dinosaur Pile Up.
Oh, see, that's my kind of music. I love that. That would have been amazing.
It only happened a few months ago.
Really? I've always
Late, late December.
I've been interested. How was Sum 41 live in concert? I imagine The Offspring was probably amazing.
Yeah, the
But
Offspring brought the whole place down, but Sum 41 was pretty good too.
Okay.
The only
I
bad
recently.
thing about, the only
Oh,
bad
sorry.
thing,
Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. The only bad thing about the Offspring was Noodles ranting in between songs.
Oh, ranting about what though?
I don't think I can say it.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But beyond that, you had a wicked time. It sounds like.
Yeah. Mike, tell us about the song "Make Me Prove It."
Well, that one is. We recorded that one originally to just be like. We were going to do it as just bass and keyboards and vocals. And after we recorded it, I loved it. But then I thought, you know what? Like, this would be served with some cool drums on top of it. So I actually recorded drums for it. And then we kind of cut it together and made a loop out of it, kind of like you would do if you were making a hip hop track or something like that. And yeah, I thought it brought it to life quite a bit. And yeah, it's a song about literally telling somebody, listen, everything that I say to you, like, you know, we're falling in love. I'm crazy about you and I would do anything for you. So just make me prove it. You know what I mean?
It's got some
My
killer
voice cracks
vocals
there.
from Catherine. It's okay.
Damn teenage years.
Are you asking about our teenage years?
No.
No.
Damn teenage years.
Okay. All right.
I'm not that far, ahead of you, so I hear you. I hear that. I understand.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. Yes, Bria is just out of her teenage years, practically.
Just barely.
Yeah.
All right. Now, this is a classic question I've asked all of the artists I've interviewed as far as I've gotten. We have Hell Yeah, Broken Love, Alex from Vultures, Brother Leeds, Fear Run, Surface of the Sun, Tales of the Tomb, Dean from the Fizz Gigs, and now you.
All right. Classic question coming up. Yep.
Will you accept a challenge from me?
Absolutely.
Yes, we will. We both will.
Heck yeah.
All right. The challenge is a music video with, let's see, double Dutch skipping, some cowbell, hard rock or metal stuff. And that's it.
So are you asking us to make you a video that has double Dutch skipping, cowbell, and
Yes.
hard rock and metal?
But there has to be a song in the background.
Okay. All right. We'll do it.
Oh, another
You
thing,
got it, man.
Fear Run is the only one to have accepted my challenge and actually done it. If you go on
Yeah,
YouTube
well-
and search up On Kark,
Okay.
that's a Celtic meaning the chicken. It's a punk rock song with Scottish Gaelic lyrics and, of course, my favorite part, Highland dancing.
Love that.
Is that your favorite part? Do you like Highland dancing?
Oh no, it was just funny trying to see them do the Highland dancing.
Okay, I got you. All
Wait,
right.
I just want to clarify, do we have to double Dutch skip successfully, or can we give it our best try?
I think the latter. Give it your best shot.
Okay.
If you fail,
Okay.
that's okay. It means more
Okay.
views.
I am guaranteeing you that Bria will accept this challenge. Bria is in charge of
Absolutely.
this video,
All
and
right.
it's gonna happen.
You have 90
Okay.
days to accept. You have 90 days to perform this challenge.
Double
All right, Bria,
Dutch
get on it.
skipping, cowbell, and
Metal.
music in the
Hard
background?
rock or metal.
Hard
It has
rock
to
or
be a
metal.
hard rock or metal song.
Okay,
All
this is
right.
gonna be awesome. Okay, deal.
Yep.
Yeah.
I guarantee.
Right.
I put it's gonna happen, Ben.
All right. Here we have the last question, which is going to be, tell us about the song "Not in My Life."
Oh.
Well, what do you want to say about that one, Bria?
I came into the band after you guys had finished this album, but that is probably one of my all-time favorites from the album, because it is such an amazing song to perform live, and really gets the entire band involved in it. But also it's such a great song about never wanting to be hurt again in the way in which that you've felt such a heartbreak. I mean,
Yeah.
at least that's my interpretation of it. I don't know if
Yeah.
you have more to say on that.
Well, yeah, I mean,
the
that's
lyrics.
essentially it, right? Like, I mean, it's
Mhm.
just, it's like a declaration. I wanted to end the album with a
Mhm.
song that basically just said, from this point forward, we are going to do our best to not go back to that place where, for me, where I was, where, you know,
Yeah.
where I didn't want to do music, where I didn't want to be an active, like, you know, person with a whole, you know, with a lot of energy, et cetera. So it's coming out of a dark place and not wanting to go back there again. And that's what that
Yeah.
song is. Yeah.
And it's very powerful in that. It's very like, oh, Ben, I wish you could see us play it live. It's so like, it's just like really, it's got this kind of, at the very end where it's kind of like da da da, and then Catherine goes into the "Not in My Life." It's so, it like brings the audience in like it's a wave almost. It's so all absorbing, and it's the sound really like it really resonates, and it's
Yeah.
it's quite a beautiful song. Yeah.
We use it for our closer. So yeah, that's our closing song or it has been at our last live shows.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything else you would like to share that no one knows before the interview ends
What is something that no one knows, Bria?
about you two?
Yeah.
We recently wrote a song together. I don't know if that
Yes.
would count. It's like a very heartfelt, touching song, and that was fun for me. I've never written a song before, so
Yeah.
that's
So there's something that nobody knows. Bria and I
Yeah.
got together. We started it in November because we, like, I mean, even though this record hasn't even come out yet, we're starting the writing for the next record, and who knows when that'll be. But yeah, it was really cool. We got to sit down. Bria and I sat in her tiny little apartment in Toronto, and at the time she had a little hedgehog sitting there, like sleeping beside us. And we sat with her keyboard and wrote a song together. So yeah, so that's there's something that nobody knows, is that we've started the next record already.
Yes. Yeah.
I only touched a hedgehog once and it almost impaled my hands.
Yeah, they do that. They're little grumpy ones, like little grumpy animals.
Here's a scar right there.
You still have it?
There's that little bump right there.
What was this
From the
yesterday? Like, when did that happen?
Happened a while ago at Petland.
I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. Did you sue them?
No.
Good. All right. Good.
It wasn't the hedgehog's fault.
No.
They get stressed out.
Bria's hedgehog's name was Little Dipper. Is that correct?
Yeah.
She's dead now. I'm sorry, but yeah. That's also something nobody knows. We killed the hedgehog.
No, we did not kill the hedgehog. Don't believe
Okay, Ben, we didn't do that, all right?
Mike.
Yeah, I'm trying. Try my best, man.
If you don't behave, I will edit you.
All right,
I
hear you.
will
All right.
edit you.
It's
I will edit
okay,
you
all
a
right.
lot.
That is
All
such a
right,
good
it's over.
threat. Oh
Yep.
no.
Bye, Bria. There, I
No,
just
Oh,
edited
sorry.
Bria and made her disappear. Yeah.
All right.
So sorry.
Well, looks like our interview has come to an end.
Aw.
Well, thank you
So-
so much, man. Thank you for listening to the
Yeah.
record, and thank you for having us.
Thank you all for
Yeah,
taking the time to join me here on the Hardcore Punk Project. Stay safe and
I had a
be
really
well.
good time. Yeah, thanks very much, brother.
Thanks,
Alright.
Ben.
Recording now.
Bye.